Wednesday, July 27th, 2022. Today on the Daily Review, we discuss the new film from Fahad Fasil, good old Fafa, in this Malayalam film, directed by Salman Prabhakar. It is Malayankunju, with your host, me, Professor Joe LaRocca. Yes, I did get that title wrong. Malayankunju. Holy smokes. I'm going to do spoiler free at first and then we'll get into it. This movie is amazing. This is about Fafa. He is angry. Why is he so angry, you might ask? We don't know for a little while, but he's like Scrooge. He lives on a rubber farm plantation, but he's kind of head of the household, and or his mother really is, and he just fixes electronics all day. He seems pretty good at it, repairing laptops and things like that. And he's just super grumpy, and you're like, dude, this guy is like, he almost seems military-esque. Like, he wakes up really early. He's got like very regimented way of doing everything, and everything has its like little place, and and he's doing little soldering and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I get this character. And then we find out that his father hung himself. And so we're like, oh, Jesus. Okay, I get, now it makes sense why he's so distant from people. And the neighbors have a baby. And every time he hears that sound of the baby, he gets so friggin' mad. He finds it so distracting. It's keeping him up at night. He's like letting it upset him, you know what I mean? He could like buy earplugs and stuff, and he tries things. He puts on a fan and stuff, but literally, this is like the main conflict in the movie, is this baby crying. And obviously everybody is like, it's nice to have a baby in your village. That's a sign of good luck. It's a wonderful thing or whatever. And it really, the whole first half of the movie is about one character being mad at another family for having a baby, essentially. And you're like, is this what? I can't believe we're spending so much time on this, but it's perfect. It's so perfect. I just kind of had a feeling because I had no idea what this movie was about. No idea. It just had a good review. I knew Fahad Fasil, and I was like, okay, well, it's in the theater. Check it out. And I knew it wasn't like a huge Telugu movie. I knew it was a smaller movie, a Malayalam film, along the lines of Kumbalagi Nights, which is it does have that, man, these all take place in Kerala, right? And man, I love the like wet vibe. How it's got like a moist, organic vibe, both of those movies. I really like that. It's something that like a lot of movies don't veer into. I noticed that a lot of like Fahad Fasil titles have a lot of greenery around them. It's just like a different vibe. I don't know. I really, really like it. I like how that community is depicted. I'm sure there's all different villages and different styles and stuff, but because in Kumbalagi Nights it's kind of on the water, whereas here it's more in the jungle or in the forest or whatever. But I just like it. I like how it makes for really good storytelling, because everybody just knows everybody, because it's such a small community, and it shows humanity real well, because everybody's got to kind of help each other, and everybody has their little like thing that they do in society to kind of like keep the gears moving. Okay, now I'm going to get into spoilers. So if you want to see this movie, I would definitely see it. The acting is tremendous, the cinematography is tremendous, and it's a nice slow burn until it kicks it up a notch at about the exact halfway point, I would say, a little bit past the halfway point. So if you want to see this, just go see this, and definitely fun to see it in the theater. There was a huge Indian family sitting behind me, and they weren't like yelling and stuff. I was kind of pissed. I was like, damn, I thought they were going to be like cheering and shit. I thought I was going to be seeing episode 1, but I think I have to go to a big like Friday night Bollywood or Telugu movie, to get like people jumping up and down or whatever. Also the music is wonderful. It's by the same guy who worked on Kumbalagi Nights, I believe, and it's got that kind of acoustic but Indian style drums, which I think is a beautiful little mix. We know George Harrison knew it was a good mix, and he was a Beatle. So anyway, it's monsoon season. So the next event that happens, I should have known, but I literally didn't know. Imagine seeing this movie and not knowing. Okay, spoiler. So if you've seen it, so halfway through this movie, he's just sitting on his bed, being like, "God damn, I gotta fix that fucking thing. My life, I hate everybody. I just hate all people. My life is, why hath God forsaken me?" And then out of nowhere, he just gets hit with a fucking landslide and buried. Like buried alive. And all of a sudden, Pawnee, the baby, he can hear the baby cry. And now the sound of the baby has gone from his greatest enemy and something that the audience has learned to like despise because our protagonist is so upset by it, that then it becomes his life-saving beacon and his reason for staying alive. It is so effing genius, the storytelling, that like American moviegoers are so unprepared for a movie to be this smart in the storytelling department. I know that that's kind of racist against Hollywood movies or whatever you want to say, but it's true. Like there's nothing like this in like the fucking Gray Man, and they spent $200 million on that, on Red Notice 2, you know? So it's like, what the fuck? This is just does one little move, and for an hour and a half they've pushed you in one direction, making you feel a certain way about this specific sound, and then the sound in a moment, and it goes to show you like, oh god, I'm getting too excited about it, but holy shit, it's awesome. It is awesome. The rest of the movie has barely any dialogue in it. It's just him crawling through the muck and trying to figure out. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Wonderful movie. I loved it. So yeah, holy crap. I'm going to take a look at some of these some of the comments here. People are saying best movie. What's up, Eddie? What's up, Hobbit? Yep, best movie of 2022. I do think it is one of the better movies I've seen this year. Definitely one of the best movies I've seen in the theater. Yeah, I've seen Kambalagi Nights, Eli. Movies that take place in Kerala, and it rains every day in the state of Kerala and India. Okay, so monsoon season. The state is also called as Gods of Country. Oh, yeah, so like monsoon. I mean, it's so funny. If I had known about the area better, maybe I could have like expected this. Like, I'm sure landslides, since there's so much rain there, that's not common but happens, you know. I just think it's great, and that's cool to think that was God. I like that idea that God buried him to teach him a little bit about something. So time to grade it. A near perfect film. I mean, it's really good, but I'm gonna give it a very, very, very high A-. A few little doodads that took it down a tiny bit, but man, I feel like maybe, these grades are never written in stone. If I watch this again, it might go up a little, might go down a little. And if ever I have a huge jump, if I go from like a movie, I think it's awesome, and then later in life I think it's an F, I'll review it again. But my movie probably won't, Oh yeah, what was the budget of this movie? I mean, my guess would be like that, because I know their budgets are so low. I'd say probably like $10 million. How much was it? Everything's always in like Indian currency that I don't know how to convert well enough, and I need to learn that, because in the movie, he was like, it'll be 3,000 crowns or whatever for a part, and I was like, well, how much is that? Like, what's the translation of that? Is that like a few $100? So yeah, well, once I find out the budget, I'll let you guys know, because somebody asked that question, and maybe they said, can you guess? So they must know. Eli, let me know. You're holding up the show. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I loved it. Here, let me tell you a few scenes that I really, really like. I like when he has to share a ride in the back of the police car with his neighbor who he just got in a fight with, and they go to the police station, and then it's raining so hard. He's like, I'm going to walk home. They're like, just get in the fucking car. And he gets in the car, and he's in the back. And they're just like, oh. And that goes to show you that, like, when there's a crisis, everything kind of comes together. All the bullshit gets squeezed out once you come to a crisis, the only way you're going to like overcome your past is through like facing it head on, which might be difficult and traumatic, but It's the only other way to break on through to the other side. I like when he gets the headlight from the car and he sets it up at the baby naming ceremony. It shows that like he is part of society and he could be helpful if he would just participate. Very much like Scrooge, you know? Like by the end, he's like, it's Christmas Day, buy the turkey down at the thing. Yeah, I love how it's just consistently stormy the whole time. Yeah, and so what did I learn? Under $2 million this movie was made. This movie's a fucking miracle. Under $2 million? What? Fuck it. It gets an A. Grade change. It's A time, baby. Oh, I gave it an A minus again. That's not even what I meant to do. I meant to give it an A. Where are you, A? Okay, there it goes. I'm just giving it an A. $2 million, that it wins. It just wins. That's supposed to be an A. Whatever. Screw you. Screw you, computer. It won't let me give it an A. Oh, you know what's kind of interesting here, actually? I think that A, when I do A, it just says A minus. Oh, it does. The wrong thing is programmed to the thing. Okay, anyway, what did I learn? That's what I'm going to be doing at the end of every episode. What did I learn from this movie? What I learned. Sometimes it'll be a filmmaking thing. Sometimes it'll be a little stupid thing. And sometimes it'll be a life lesson. Usually if the movie's in the A range, you'll get a life lesson from it. And I'll say what I've learned from this. And it's something we learned very much from COVID. So in a way, I would consider this kind of a COVID-themed movie. Is that you need society because you are society. Okay? Fossil. That motherfucker can act. Talk to you later, guys. I'm also going to do Rambo 3 in an hour or so, or maybe sooner than that, because I watched Rambo 3 and I want to get it out of the way. Okay, bye. Peace.